This event left 24 dead, over 50 injured, and a community utterly shattered. On October 15, 2023, a small town in Eastern Europe witnessed an unimaginable catastrophe. A group of individuals operating in complete anonymity started a 3D-printed assault weapon capable of delivering lethal destruction with an efficiency once reserved for military-grade arms. The event left 24 dead, over 50 injured, and a community utterly shattered. The most terrifying part, the weapon wasn't smuggled in from a black market arms dealer. It was created in a garage, printed on a machine that costs less than an iPhone. Forensic experts were dumbfounded, not just by the ease with which this weapon was assembled, but by its sophistication. A silent revolution had already begun, one that combined AI, technology, and a burgeoning underground market of 3D-printed firearms. This was not a dystopian future. It was our present reality. Now imagine what comes next. A world where anyone with access to a 3D printer can manufacture guns, explosives, and even bioweapons. The question isn't if this industry will explode, it's when. Welcome to the brutal future of 3D printed weapons. We stand at the intersection of innovation and destruction. While technology has undoubtedly transformed industries, creating conveniences in communication, transportation, and even healthcare, it is also nurturing a darker underbelly. The rise of AI and 3D printing technology has fueled a revolution that threatens to destabilize entire societies. No longer is the manufacture of deadly weapons reserved for national defense industries or secretive terrorist cells. Today, with a simple blueprint, a commercial-grade 3D printer, and some metal or plastic filament, virtually anyone can produce a functional weapon in their basement. What was once the dream of sci-fi horror stories is now the daily reality for law enforcement, governments, and tech regulators around the globe. The power to create life-threatening weapons no longer requires factories, large budgets, or underground armories. The cost of entry is a few $100s and the skill, almost none. With the help of AI-guided design software, even the most novice of tech enthusiasts can manufacture firearms with deadly precision. We will peel back the layers of the 3D printed weapons industry, exploring its origins, current use cases, and what the future holds for this chilling technological frontier. From the dark corners of online forums where these blueprints are traded to the sophisticated AI-driven software that designs these weapons, we will uncover the full scope of this threat. Along the way, we will dive deep into the moral, legal, and security challenges facing this rapidly evolving space. So get yourself ready. What you're about to discover is more terrifying than you could imagine. When 3D printing technology first entered the public eye in the early 2000s, it was hailed as a groundbreaking tool for innovation. By 2012, we saw the rise of consumer-grade 3D printers that could produce everything from toys to household objects. But as with all technologies, what was created for good could easily be used for evil. Cody Wilson, a self-described crypto-anarchist, ignited a firestorm in 2013 when he published a digital file for the Liberator, the world's first fully 3D printed gun. What followed was a media frenzy. Suddenly, it became clear that anyone with access to a 3D printer could download the necessary files and produce a working firearm. No background check, no serial number, no trace. The age of ghost guns had begun. Law enforcement and government agencies were caught off guard, unable to control this digital distribution of deadly power. Innovation had crossed the line and the genie was out of the bottle. There would be no going back. Fast forward a decade and the 3D printed weapons market has evolved into a multi-million-dollar shadow industry. With the help of AI-driven software, designs have become more advanced, more efficient, and far more lethal. While 3D printed weapons may sound like an underground phenomenon, the reality is far more unsettling. As of 2024, an estimated 1.2 million ghost guns have been printed globally, with numbers skyrocketing in regions with stricter gun laws. The market is not limited to criminals. Gun enthusiasts, hobbyists, and even survivalists are fueling this demand. Online forums and darknet marketplaces teem with requests for blueprints and instructions on creating firearms at home. As mainstream awareness grows, so too does the demand. Law enforcement agencies have reported seizing hundreds of these untraceable guns from criminals involved in shootings, drug trafficking, and organized crime. What's more chilling is the rise of entirely new types of weapons. Plastic guns capable of bypassing metal detectors, hybrid firearms that combine 3D printed components with traditional metal parts, and even weaponized drones outfitted with printed guns. Market statistics: according to The Guardian, the global market for 3D printed firearms is expected to exceed $500 million by 2030. Over 20% of all firearms used in crimes in the US are estimated to be 3D printed or contain printed components by 2025. Law enforcement agencies in Europe report seizing over 3,000 3D printed guns since 2020. These numbers only scratch the surface. What's clear is that the demand for such weapons will continue to grow, unregulated, untraceable, and increasingly deadly. Perhaps the most disturbing aspect of the rise of 3D printed weapons is the lack of regulation. Traditional firearms are governed by strict laws, including background checks, mandatory waiting periods, and tracking through serial numbers. 3D printed guns bypass all of these. There's no manufacturing oversight, no background check, and no paper trail. A person with a criminal record or a known terrorist can easily produce their own firearm without ever stepping into a gun store. This lack of regulation has also sparked significant debate in the legal world. Should the distribution of digital blueprints for firearms be considered illegal? What about the companies that manufacture 3D printers or the materials used to produce these guns? As it stands, the legal framework surrounding 3D printed weapons is woefully inadequate, creating a perfect storm for chaos and violence. According to Joseph Marks, a policy analyst specializing in cybercrime, we are facing a new kind of arms race, one that doesn't involve nations, but individuals. If we don't act quickly, we'll lose control over who has access to deadly weapons, and the consequences will be catastrophic. In the world of 3D printed weapons, AI has become the ultimate force multiplier. What started as a tool for optimizing manufacturing processes has now evolved into something far more evil. AI is revolutionizing the way weapons are designed, tested, and even disseminated. The rise of AI in weapon design is not just a leap forward in technology, but a chilling milestone in the race toward unregulated, autonomous weapon systems. 1. AI's mastery and optimization. Traditionally, designing a firearm required engineering expertise, hours of testing, and multiple iterations to fine-tune performance. But AI changes the game. With machine learning algorithms and deep learning models, AI can analyze thousands of blueprints, tweak weapon components for maximum efficiency, and optimize the final product far faster than a human could. From determining the best angles for recoil management to enhancing the durability of materials, AI-driven software is capable of creating weapons with unparalleled precision. Take, for example, the DefCAD community, an online hub for 3D printed weapons. Recently, AI-based tools have started circulating in these spaces, helping users modify gun blueprints to suit their specific needs, whether it's improving fire rate, increasing bullet velocity, or simply making the weapon harder to trace. AI allows for endless iterations without human error, producing more deadly and efficient firearms each time. In 2023, a sophisticated AI-driven blueprint for a modular 3D printed assault rifle was leaked on a darknet forum. What made this blueprint particularly alarming was its adaptability. Users could adjust the rifle's size, materials, and even customize it for different ammunition, all by simply inputting a few parameters into the software. It was a weapon tailored to the user's exact specifications, no longer constrained by traditional manufacturing limitations. 2. Evolution of AI-designed components. While AI-driven design initially focused on optimizing pre-existing blueprints, the technology has rapidly advanced to autonomously designing entire firearms from scratch. AI tools can now generate blueprints for guns, ammunition, and even explosive devices with minimal human input. By running simulations, AI can predict how different materials will behave under stress, how heat affects gun performance, and how to create lightweight yet durable parts. The result? Firearms that are lighter, stronger, and capable of delivering maximum damage with minimal resource investment. In one of the widely discussed cases from 2022, a group of cybersecurity researchers discovered an AI-designed sniper rifle blueprint circulating on an encrypted forum. This rifle had no prior human model. It was entirely the result of AI analysis. After testing the printed version, experts found it was capable of firing rounds with accuracy rivaling military-grade sniper rifles. The design had optimized heat dissipation, barrel stability, and weight balance in ways that human designers had yet to conceive. 3. The autonomous weapon design threat. AI's role in 3D printed weapons goes beyond optimization. It is inching closer to full autonomy. Today, AI-powered design systems are still reliant on user input to some extent, but with advances in neural networks and generative design, we are on the verge of AI autonomously creating new, unimagined weapon types. This is especially concerning in the context of defense and security, as autonomous AI weapon designers could eventually outpace human ability to detect, regulate, and counter these innovations. In essence, AI is now capable of becoming a weapon designer in chief, working without oversight, regulation, or moral constraint. It can experiment at a rate humans cannot match, meaning that designs previously considered impossible or impractical could soon become a terrifying reality. Moreover, AI-generated blueprints can be shared globally in seconds, adding an even more dangerous layer of unregulated proliferation. 4. Integration with advanced robotics and drones. The combination of AI-designed 3D printed weapons and robotics is another terrifying leap forward. Drones equipped with 3D printed firearms, as mentioned earlier, are just one example. AI enables these drones to be outfitted with printed components that make them stealthier, harder to detect, and more effective in delivering targeted attacks. The evolution of 3D printed weapons is not slowing down, it's accelerating. With technological advancements in material science, it's only a matter of time before we see 3D printed explosives, chemical weapons, and even bioweapons. Already, the blueprints for drones equipped with printed firearms have surfaced on the darknet. These weapons can be deployed in conflict zones, targeting both civilians and military forces without any trace back to their creators. And it doesn't stop there. The most horrifying aspect of this industry is its accessibility. With each passing year, the cost of 3D printers decreases and the software becomes more user-friendly. Today, anyone with basic tech skills can produce weapons. Tomorrow, it could be as simple as clicking print on your smartphone. We are standing on the edge of a new era, one where the line between technological greatness and catastrophic danger has blurred beyond recognition. The rise of 3D printed weapons signifies more than just a leap in manufacturing. It represents a profound moral and existential crisis. The real question isn't whether this industry will expand, but how we will confront and contain its terrifying potential before it spins out of control. The next time you hear about 3D printing, remember, the same technology that enables groundbreaking innovations and advances our world also harbors the capability for unprecedented destruction. We are witnessing the darkest side of AI and technology, a realm where anyone with a printer and an internet connection can become a creator of lethal weapons. The implications are extreme, and the dangers are even or scary. Subscribe to our channel for a deeper dive into the dark side of technological evolution, where we explore the chilling realities of the 3D printed weapons industry and beyond. Tap the bell icon so you don't miss out on our investigations into how technology is reshaping our world in ways you never imagined. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and brace yourself, because the future isn't just approaching, it's already here, and it's more gloomy than you think.